Above and Beyond. Why am I, like, cut off? That doesn't seem right. Hold on. Boop. There we go. Da-na-na-na-na. A baker's 10, exactly. Because, you know, 10's boring, and I have a lot of love in my heart, and there are a lot of things that I enjoyed this year, so doing 10 is just not right. So we're going to go down the list. We're going to go through all the things that I've enjoyed. I'm just like the Nostalgia Critic. You will see me in a feature-length film with many other friends. We're going to take over a micro country. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, so yeah, these are all games that I have personally played in the year of 2025. Wow, 11 years. Here's to another 11. There's 11 classic Mega Man games, so it's better than 10. True. Hello, Mr. Pig. Hello. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I hope you're well. I hope you're having fun. Hold on, I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. Now it fits nice and snappy on the projector board. So let's go ahead and tear off this band-aid and go over Swell Time G-Pool's top 11 games of the year. So we're gonna start out, and I feel like this one is almost a weird niche case to start out with, but I liked it a lot. So number 11 was the Satellaview, the BSX cartridge for Super Nintendo, where you could get games streamed via satellite connection directly into your gaming console. I did a stream of this thing earlier this year. There is a fan community project that has revived the Satellaview. They are doing their own broadcasts, so you can still enjoy the thrill of Satellaview gaming to this day in the great wide year of 2025. And they're making their own little games for it too. It's really quite fascinating. I really was charmed by this thing, and it was so super cool to see that something so unique and forgotten has its own dedicated fans that are keeping it alive to this very day. Hello, Become Rats, thank you. It was just like so charming to walk around this little town to see everything that was going on. And play all the different stuff there, and just the whole idea of it all, where you could log in like every day or every week or whatever, and they would send out different games for you to play. Like there's those Zelda games that are like their own things with radio messages that would play alongside them. Really fucking cool. A lot of games that were exclusive to the Satellaview. Like, even Squaresoft back in the day had games they made that were never released outside of this thing. So, just a lot of, like, functionality, a lot of versatility, and the whole little, like, hub world charm is unbeatable. It's super duper cool, and I gotta go pay more attention and pay more views to Satellaview sometime. Because, like I said, they still update it to this day. So you can go check it out. If you just Google, like, I don't know, Satellaview 2025 or something, you'll probably find all the links you need to get that set up for the modern day. You don't need a BSX cartridge. You can do it all on your computer. And it's really fun. Satellaview Plus. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. Yeah, that's Satellaview. It was really fun and a super duper imaginative, exciting thing on the Super Nintendo, my favorite video game console. Moving on. Number 10. The real fight starts now, gamers. The real climb for the top starts right now. Are you ready? What do you think it's gonna be? Do you have any guesses? Could you possibly imagine? Could you imagine? Number 10, Burger King foot lettuce. It's Prinny! Can I really be the hero? For the PlayStation Portable, I loved playing Prinny. It was such a sweet charming little adventure. It was tough as nails, especially the final boss. That game did not hold your hand. And the whole looming threat of, like, if you die enough times, you'll actually get, like, a permanent game over. That looming threat is so crazy to me. That made me, like, it kept me on edge whenever I would get in those moments where I would just get killed over and over by some very aggressive enemy placements in some of those levels. But it's a relatively short platformer, very, very good, charming art style. The mechanics are very fun. As you can tell from earlier this week, I'm quite Disgaea pilled now. I really, really enjoyed starting Disgaea this week, and Prinny has kind of just been on my mind since then, since we played this game back in, like, September. It's really good, and it's kind of a funny first step into the Disgaea sphere, but I think it was fun. I had a good time with it. I had a great time playing Prinny. Not much to say other than it's just like a really fun, competent platformer with an art style that can't be beat. But that's Nis for you, right? Nis? Nis. I like that game. It was very good. Number 9. Knees. Those things that are in between your legs. You know the stuff. This one was super early in the year, so I had to do a lot of, like, personal reflecting because, you know, it's like when something happens so long ago, some of the emotional beats and everything start to get they start to, like, fizzle out on you, so I had to go back, re-listen to some tunes and whatnot, to make sure that I still had strong feelings about it, and I do. Number 9 is Brave Fencer Musashi. Really, really charming PlayStation 1 title. The graphics are super cute. The gameplay styles are really, like, fun and snappy and fascinating. Its personality is really, really good. It's so charming, so fun. It also got quite hard at the end of the game. I felt like I was sort of brute forcing my way through it at the end, but I was just here for, like, the crazy, insane plot and the characters and stuff that was going on, because everything everybody says in this game is, like, worthy of a chuckle in some regard. It's quite special. It's quite charming, and getting to run around the hub town to meet all the villagers. And it has an FF8 playable demo CD. That's so true. Sir Little Turd. The dub is fantastic. You know, I was thinking, because, like, during the Game Awards, every game that had, like, an English voice acting, it sounded just so sterile and bland, and it made me think, like, are English dubs even, like, good? Because all these sound way too sterile and bland. But then you think about Brave Fencer Musashi, you think about how much fun the voice actors are having, you think about how much charm and character they're putting into it, and it's like, no, yeah, English actors can do a great job. I just feel a lot of modern gaming tendencies are getting away from having fun with voice acting, so we're losing out on a lot of fun, special moments and special voice actors. English VAs can cook. Yeah, look at Mega Man Legends. Look at Brave Fencer Musashi. There are so many good games out there with great English casts, but there are a lot of games. Cherry Scampers! There are a lot of games! Look, it's Brave Fencer Musashi. Have you played this game, Cherry? You should play this game, Cherry Scampers. Hi, Cherry Scampers. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello, Jam. Hello. Gee, Pool, the unmute button isn't working. Oh no, she can't hear me recommending Brave Fencer Musashi to her. Can you guys all tell Cherry Scampers that she should play Brave Fencer Musashi? She can't hear me, so you're gonna need to chat it. Oh, she can hear me now. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God it works. Oh, thank God. Hello, Cafro. Hello, Eerie Gray. Hello, Deveshi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Tengu Gemini. Hello, welcome in. How was your stream, Cherry? What were you up to today? I wasn't able to stop by on account of the wretched sickness that's holding me down and beating me up and turning me into a bloody pulp. Among other things that was going on. I nearly rated Swell Times Pool. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? That'd be so embarrassing. You played Kirby's Dream Land 1 and also 2. Ooh. How'd you feel about those? I really, really, really like Dreamland 1. I think Dreamland 1 is like one of the most excellent games ever made. It's very simple and very straightforward, and it flows like a dream. Dreamland 2 is also quite good. I like Dreamland 2 quite a bit as well, but, you know. Hello, Anomononia. Like Dreamland 1 a lot, and you like Dreamland 2, but you got pissed off at a secret. Oh, yeah, I didn't get, like, any of the special rainbow shards, which I'm told are, like, important. They're important and legendary, and I need them to, like, get the full experience of that game. But I was also getting, like, annoyed by them, and I couldn't find, like, half of them anyway. But that's fine. I had fun with that game still. I played through Dreamland 2 just a few weeks ago for the first time. It was very good. Thank you for the follow. It's awesome that my follower alerts are also under my screen dimming thing. I dim the screen because it's you know, cute and moe. I have a new model, by the way. Oh, that's really funny. I keep getting cut off. Why does that happen? Why is my thing cropped like that? It does have Rick, which is huge. Rick is awesome. I love all of Kirby's animal friends. Anyway, hi everybody. It's my stream anniversary, and we're going over my games of the year. To catch you up to speed, number 11, because I do top 11, was the Satellaview for Super Nintendo, and number 10 was Prinny Can I Really Be the Hero for the PlayStation Portable, a game that fucking fucks. You want to play Musashi? Thank you. I would like to see that. I think you'd really like it. I think you'd really like it. Well, well, well. If it isn't that one heck maybe. How's it going, Scamp? Nice to see you, Buster. I hope you're doing well. Have you played Brave Fencer Musashi? I bet you'd like it. I think everybody who's in this sort of like sphere of the internet would appreciate Brave Fencer Musashi. It has such like a distinct style to it. That's very fun and exciting. I was going to say more, but I think it's cool if my anniversary congratulation is just me going, well, well, well. You know, I get it. I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It makes you look cool and mysterious and draws the eyes towards you, which is very like fascinating and interesting. But you know, more power to you, I suppose. Thank you, Cherry Scampers. Thank you so much. Brave Fencer Musashi's good. Go play it. Go play it. Thanks for coming to my stream, by the way. I like to stream. I've been doing it for 4 years because I like to do it so much. Number 8. Number 8. This one's kind of funny. But every time I kept thinking about like games that I really enjoyed this year, like this one just kept popping into my head, so we got Sonic Riders. I held a whole goddamn tournament for this game because I thought it was so like insane and fun. It's really fun. It's one of the most like high octane perverted racing games I've ever played. It's such a fucked up game. It's awesome. It's incredible. Legit thought this was last year. Fire Mountain, I love you. Snacko-racko, welcome in.
Happy 4 years.
Thank you.
Swap 2 Trot Snacko 1 Hustle.
Thank you, Founders Badge Snacko-racko. Thank you, Sonic Badge Snacko-racko. It's Sonic R-iters. It's Sonic R-iters. That's right. That's why they did it. It's the sequel to Sonic R, where he got a cool skateboard. Aren't you excited? It has been a very full 2025, hasn't it? It's been a very eventful year for a lot of people. You forgot to stop your stream? Did people come into your chat and like try to talk to you still, even though you were out? Did people say, Cherry Scampers, the streamer? I can't believe it. It's so nice to see you. But no, I really liked Sonic Riders. I felt like the full wave of emotions playing Sonic Riders. You feel like such a high when you really start to get it and understand like how that game flows. And then you feel such degrading lows when you're trying to like master some of the last stages in the story mode. And you're like, what the fuck is going on in this game? I can't win. I can't beat anybody. What's happening? This is so hard. I can't get around this corner. It's impossible. It's really fun. It's electric. And I liked it so much that I immediately said, yep, I'm hosting a tournament for this game because it's awesome. And it got so many of my friends to go in and play Sonic Riders, and they got to experience that same level of joy as I did. And it was great. It was awesome. If you ever want to play Sonic Riders online, hit me up. I would love to play that game more often. I love more than anything to experience degrading lows. I'm thinking about the Cherry Scampers like Sonic Riders outfit, because you know like Amy she's got like the sports dress and the pants, and like Rouge has like the cool tank top and the flower pants. What would be, cause Cherry Scampers is so regal, so how do we convert that into like extreme gear outfit? How do we make Cherry Scampers extreme gear? I think we can do it. The glasses would be sunglasses, obviously, for one thing. That's a huge bonus. Expensive! Okay. Hello, Melty Kit. Welcome in. Hello, 240-foot slabs. Welcome in. Thank you. What outfit does Tails have? Tails has goggles. The boys don't really get much. Men have goggles. Yup. It's a great game though. I kind of want to play Zero Gravity, but I've seen gameplay of it and it looks not nearly as perverted, so I'm not quite as interested. But maybe one day we'll try it out just to see, and then I'll be like, or maybe I'll be like, oh, this ain't so bad. But I think mostly I'll be like, let's go back and play the old one. What about the Kinect one? What about the Kinect one? Number 7. Another, like, shocker for me. I played this one just completely, like, on a whim because I thought it looked pretty. And I also ended up connecting with it quite a bit. It was special ROM hack Pokemon Orange. It was a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal, which is one of like the most pretty video games ever made. I really, really, really love Game Boy Color's colors. They've got really good colors on that thing and really good pixel art in Pokemon Crystal. And this game uses that as a base to make a short little narrative about the Orange Islands, which was an anime exclusive thing between Gen 1 and Gen 2. If you remember Tracy, if you remember Meryl, that's when that happened. And this great little team, Pia Carrot, or Pia Carrot? I think it's Pia Carrot, made a little ROM hack based on that section, but it wasn't totally based on the anime. Like there were things here and there, like the GS ball is in there. I don't think that also had anything to do with anything, which is very funny. And they've got other tie-ins in there, like the Crystal Onyx. Badass. Very cool guy. But it was also kind of doing its own thing, and they got the luxury of being a ROM hack that came out in like 2021 or something. So they were like, hey, you know, there's this other island that has a very similar climate to us, like the Alola region or whatever. Sometimes we get weird Pokemon that are like from over there. So even though it was a Gen 2 ROM hack, they had a bunch of the special Alolan variants of Pokemon, like cool badass Ice Ninetales was there. Alolan Rattata was there. Alolan Sandshrew was there. And it was just like a relatively short piece, you know, 4 gym leaders for the Orange League instead of the usual 8. And then I think there was a champion battle, so a relatively short thing. The game more or less depended on surf because it's the Orange Islands, right? So you're surfing around everywhere. There's a lot of water, but I really, really liked it. It really clicked with me, and I had a lot of fun. It genuinely felt like an old school Pokemon game. It genuinely felt like just one of those ones that I grew up with, so it was really cool having that experience in the modern day. I don't know if I ever want to play the Switch Pokemon games. Maybe the Legends ones. I want to play Pokemon Sun though. And then whenever I do that, once I beat that game, then I'll decide if I'm ready for a Switch Pokemon, but I don't know if I want to play those. They look so strange.
Me, Goku.
Hi, Goku. Hold on, I'm gonna blow my nose, Goku. Hello, Petty. Hello, next time. Scarvio is fun stuff, but it's hard to stick with as your experience. I really like the girls that they've made, and I guess all the NPCs really, in the Switch games. Like, they're very good at drawing people. They're almost, I would dare say they're better at coming up with NPCs than actual Pokemon these days. Which I get it, you know, there's like 1,000 of these things. Ideas are gonna start, like, getting, you know, slimmer, but there's a certain, like, the art direction has not quite been my personal cup of tea, but I'm a big fan of like the old school like Sugimori watercolor stuff. Scarvio was fun as fuck to play in multiplayer co-op. I didn't know it had co-op. I know there was like the raid battles, but I didn't know you could just do co-op. That's interesting. Nintendo aren't that good at online, it's crazy. Water Gowler. They bring in people from all over for the designs now, you believe? That makes sense, because you get a lot of like guys that feel like they're supposed to be Pokemon, but they're almost trying too hard, so they don't really feel like Pokemon. There's the cool like Tombstone dog. I like that thing. But I feel like ghosts and bug Pokemon are generally my favorites, so it's hard to mess those ones up for me. XY Aura Sun Moon looked so good. I feel like, yeah, the art direction is a little bizarre for Sword and Shield and Scarvio. This is Battle Network, you know, Cherry Scampers. That makes me so happy that you know that. It makes me so happy that you know those guys. I should stream Battle Network sometime. I had it on a poll for the Capcom Conquest at least once, but it got beat out by other video games. We're gonna have to do more Capcom stuff soon. We beat Maximo last week and went fucking crazy on it. I'll play Pokemon Sun sometime. Probably in 2026, I think. I would like that. I would like that. Yeah, Pokemon's cool. I should play more Pokemon. Number 6. Speaking of Capcom, we got God Hand. What a fucking treat of a video game this one is. Not only is it really fucking funny and crazy and over the top all the time, the gameplay is really good. It's so incredibly customizable and fascinating. There's nothing quite like God Hand, and I really, really appreciate that. It's a shame that Shinji Mikami's genius was overshadowed because it was a 2005 PS2 game and nobody knew what to make of God Hand. But it's really cool. Really smart, really just well polished and well put together. This was originally going to be a serious tone game. That is crazy. Val! Thank you for subscribing for 9 months.
Whoa, happy cool day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's my special anniversary day, and I'm doing my best out here. Yeah, the backstory behind God Hand is so fascinating. Like, the whole project started because Mr. Shinji Mikami thought that Final Fight Streetwise sucked the big one. Like, he hated that game, which rightfully so. But like, for it to go through all the hoops and hurdles that it did is really, really funny. Bombix Bug subscribing. Holy moly, thank you very much. I appreciate it. How's it going? It's nice to see you, Bug. Yeah, Mikami, like, literally, there was an interview with him that you can see about this. We displayed it when I did my Capcom Conquest, where Mikami was like, hey, I made this company a lot of fucking money with Resident Evil 4, so can I just do this real quick? And they were like, yeah, alright, that's fine, like, your other guys are doing like Okami and stuff, so this is fine that you do this, I guess. Sure, whatever, go for it. So it took a lot of like third-party developing and a lot of like little things here and there. It was basically a side project for everybody there except for Mikami. Even Mikami had other things he was supposed to be doing, but he wanted to make God Hand, and it came out. It was really, really underappreciated for its time because it is a fantastic game. The combat system is unparalleled. There's so much flexibility of it. You literally create your own combo chains. You can buy moves or find moves, and you can swap them in and around to see what works best for you when you're fighting out waves and waves of guys. You can spank people. There's a spank mashing prompt. It's awesome. I can't get enough of that stuff. I love it. I had a lot of fun with God Hand, and like when I really clicked with it, I played most of the game not realizing just how good the evasion upwards is, because your right stick isn't a camera stick in this game. You use it to like dodge in different directions, and when you dodge forward, he like ducks. He ducks, which, if you time it just right, is really good for keeping your combo flow going, and I failed to see that until like way later into the game. But really, really good game. Really satisfying game. When you beat those tough bosses, you feel so good about yourself. The duck and weave is super aggressive. It's like Tony Hawk Revert, exactly. Really goes toe-to-toe with the big Hideki Kamiya games. Yeah. Like I have God Hand on here and not the other big Capcom game that rhymes with Devil May Sly on this list. So there's that for you. I really liked God Hand though. It was really, really fun. Its personality, its style is just, it can't be beat. So love that using the duck animation cancel a lot of moves. Yeah. It's a very smart game because it's about like gameplay first, and I think that's genius. And they have funny, strange little Sentai men in there, among all the hundreds of weird, whack-ass characters. The samurai whose only gag is he like comes in through a wooden door, but he trips over the door frame. Sure, why not? Throw it in there. That's funny. Number five. I was genuinely stunned at how much fun I had with this one, just given like everything about it. But this one was really, really, really good in such a surprising, shocking way. The Masked Gorilla is very good. God Hand rules. God Hand's so funny. Number 5 is the Mega Man X8 16-bit demake, a single fan project that aimed to create Mega Man X8 in the light of a Super Nintendo 16-bit game, it completely trumps the original Mega Man X8 in my mind space. It is a fantastic video game. They take all the elements that work in Mega Man X8 and they figure out ways to like reflect them with the the gameplay of the past. It's genius. It's super smart. It's super satisfying to play. The game feel is spectacular. And it's cram-packed with all sorts of secret bonus stuff that's not even in like Mega Man X8. Like you can go to the stage where you fight all the bosses again. You can set it up, when the game never tells you how to do this, by the way. You can set it up to like where you can make it so you fight all of the bosses like at the same time, or ever as many of them as you want. And that's just like, there's so many things about this game that are like completely mysteries to you. It's just like, it's trying so much more to be Mega Man X8. It's trying to be its own thing and stand on its own legs, but it's truly simply fantastic. It's truly simply fantastic. I love Mega Man X8. I think Mega Man X8 gets a bad rap for the most part. It's very different from other Mega Man X games, but I still think that it's quite satisfactory. Because yeah, X6, I don't dislike any Mega Man X. I will say though, X6, it's very apparent that game is not finished. It's very apparent that game was really, really rushed. And X7 is the 3D game, which was strange and confusing. But X8, Arugi Blues! X8 Arugi Blues? How scary. How frightful. That poor fish girl. Hello, 3D Arugi Blues. Thank you, mod team, for shouting out Arugi Blues. I have to wait 59 minutes and 58 seconds before giving Arugi Blues another shout out. How was your art stream? Did you have fun drawing super pretty drawings? Thank you for the follow. Hi, I'm Swelltime G-Pool. It's my 4th streamer anniversary. I'm 4 years old. You are the youngest person ever. I should have made that a redeem. God, well, there's always next year. I got a new model. This is made by the lovely, darling, sweet Frexel Nexon. I bet I can give... Well, I have to wait because we just gave Arugi a shout out. But Frexel Nexon's fantastic. I got this new low poly model thanks to Frex. I drew a bunch of nice things. That's really wonderful. I'm so happy for you, Arugi Blues. Thank you very much for being here and being around on the internet space. I was saying earlier that streaming is very important to me because I've made so many friends in the VTuber space, and I'm very happy that so many of those folks are still around because it makes me smile. Hello, Captain Bitta. Hello, Mario. Hello, Harmless. 2 + 2 equals... You got it. You got it. Anyway, we've been going over my my top games of 2025. To catch up to speed, real quick, number 11 was Satellaview, the Super Nintendo add-on with infinite amounts of funny games. Number 10 was Prinny for the PSP, Brave Fencer Musashi, Sonic Riders, the game where Arugi Blues historically puked playing, Pokemon Orange, God Hand, and this one, Mega Man X8, the 16-bit demake. It's honestly up there for like one of the best Mega Man X games. Honestly, it feels really good, and they take everything that worked with Mega Man X8 and just really, really, really like expanded upon it in the best ways possible. 2 + 2 equals pool. Solve for G. Man, I hated math class. I was not good at math. I had to do everything in my power to survive school. I really like this game. If you like Mega Man X at all, I would definitely recommend giving it a once over. The secrets are so cool. They have secret boss battles, and they're incredibly difficult and incredibly fun. I got addicted to trying to beat one of the guys, and when I finally did, I was like Let me do that again. Because the fight was just so unbelievably hectic and crazy. Also, the Cutman fight's in there because that's important. You gotta have Cutman fight in Mega Man X8. Let's move on. A lot of, like, fan projects. We did play quite a bit of, like, ROM hacks and stuff this year, huh? Like Pokemon Orange, Mega Man X8 Demake, and coming in at number 4 was Super Mario Eclipse, the fan hack of Mario Sunshine, effectively doubling the shine count in that game and adding so much interesting stuff. As a kid, I played Sunshine a lot, but I could tell you I spent more time in Delfino Plaza than like all of the actual levels combined. I would just scrounge around the plaza, like looking for secrets, looking for things to find. So when this game comes out and like it has the whole like interconnected world, so while the portals to the levels are still there and they're still functional, you can actually like walk around the island. Like you can walk over to this new little pathway that they sculpted into the island, and it'll just like take you to a level. You can just walk into a level, and from there you can either like do the stars, do the shines, whatever, or you can go through other paths and just find your way all throughout the island. You can go to any level in the game pretty much at any time, on top of all the new levels that they added as well. The Lighthouse Island was like one of the coolest things that I've seen in a Mario game, and that was all just like fun fanfare. They really like hit the nail on the head with making making everything feel like Sunshine, because Sunshine has that very distinct summer feel to it. You know, because Mario generally relies on having different worlds, different vibes, everything, right? But everything with Mario Sunshine is like a summer getaway. Even some of like the more like less tropical levels, they still feel like they belong. Hello Nekao. Hello Gamma Chris. Happy stream anniversary. Thank you. Have you played Super Mario Eclipse? You should. It's very good. It just satisfied that itch I had when I was a kid of like exploration and stuff, because you can actually just walk anywhere and like you just get to see where you're going. You get to see like where this path can take you, right? And it's really magical. In the same vein, there was the big Mario 64 thing with the B3313 that billed itself as like a beta build of the game, but it has all these crazy, spooky, scary little twists and turns to it. But you're more or less just walking through a giant, never-ending Peach's castle, and that level of like exploration is unbelievably fascinating to me. So seeing somebody do that with Sunshine and keeping the tropical vibes in check was very, very impressive. They added the long jump too, and it makes the game feel very good. The game already felt very good, but it makes the game feel really good. Is it like a dark and twisted take on Mario? No, not at all. Not at all. It's just Mario Sunshine, but more. You can play as Il Piantissimo. You can play as him. He's fucked up. He has a really crazy physics, but you can do it. You can play as him. Yeah, if that doesn't get you to hop on Mario Eclipse, I don't know what will. But it's really fun, and the developers really understood the spirit of Sunshine when they put it together, and I really appreciate that, because that game is very important to me. I still go back and forth whether or not like Sunshine or Galaxy is my favorite Mario, but Eclipse certainly is making me look at Sunshine in newer lights, and I like that. I like that. Number 3, Big Ol' Bronze. It was really tough to come to like the conclusion with the top 3. These ones all struck such powerful chords with me, so it was very tough to decide like what goes where here. But number 3, very, very big one, was Solato Robo, Red the Hunter. for the Nintendo DS. CyberConnect 2's Funny Dog People. I loved this game. I played Tel Concerto as well for the first time this year. Loved that one. It made me want to jump right into Solado Robo and just check it out. And Solado Robo is such a good game. There's so much heart, there's so much charm, there's so much to do in the game. Like I love Tel Concerto, do not get me wrong, but I beat that game in a single stream. It's very like short and like concise, and that's good. It doesn't need to be long, right? But Solado Robo had so much meat on its bones with its whole like its strange like bounty hunter structure where you're taking jobs and everything to move the plot along. All the characters are really cute. Every single time a Tel Concerto character would show up in this game, I went pog crazy because like I didn't know that they would be here at all, even though there's like the whole like shared universe whatever. But it's great. It's cool. There's a credits fake out where there's like a whole second back half of the game. There's a lot here. There's a lot to chew on, and all the characters are great. The art direction's fantastic. The gameplay's really, really fun, really charming. There's just so much to like about it. I had a lot of fun with Solado Robo. I think those guys at CyberConnect just do a really good job of making video games. I'll have to try to play a dot hack sometime, hopefully this year. I was kind of like, I felt a little bit nervous about playing like RPGs and stuff on stream because I felt that it would be hard to carry those, but people really seemed to like Disgaea when I started that on Monday. It seemed like a lot of folks were tuning in to check that out, so maybe I don't have to live in fear and I can play things that I think are really cool and interesting. So my Fuga story is, God, this was like 2 years now or something. But like I was at a friend's house while we were waiting out a hurricane season together, and we played a bunch of demos on his PlayStation, and one of the demos we played was Fuga. This was before I played either of the Little Tail Bronx games, and I fell in love with the demo for Fuga. I have bought Fuga, but I haven't played it because I don't make much time for video games outside of stream. It's tragic, I know, but I really, really, really like those Little Tail Bronx games. I gotta get more time so I can play Fuga. But I would like to play Dot Hack too, because they seem super fascinating. I know Captain Cube really likes them, and that's all I really need to hear. I never watched the anime. I don't really even know like what the gameplay's like in Dot Hack, but I have full faith in CyberConnect 2. Between doggy games, between Ashura's Wrath, the fucking anime stuff that they use to fund all their other games, I'm fully confident that Dot Hack would be up my alley too. I've been really liking Disgaea, by the way. You should tune in Monday nights for Disgaea. I'm having so much fun. All I know is Grunty's in the first volume of manga. Nice. Solado Robo is fantastic though. I think this game made me cry. Which is usually a good testament of a video game, because that's like just there's so much love and heart poured into the story and the world and everything, and seeing everybody gear up to battle the big bad was so incredibly awesome. Go play it. Do yourself a favor. Go play Solado Robo. It's really fun. It's got like a Mega Man Legends ass or Mega Man Battle Network ass power up system where you can put little building blocks down on your robot to power them up. Red's a great protagonist. All the guys are good in that one. All the characters are really fun, and it's got these little like animated segments that they're like little 2D models that like wiggle waggle and stuff. I don't know how they made it work the way they did, but there's just so much charm and love and heart put into Solado Robo. I think the actual game is like $100 nowadays, but that's what happens when you make a banger and nobody buys it for some reason. People are too foolish to see the light. I mean, we just talked about God Hand earlier. That's another game that is like criminally rare because nobody knew it. Nobody wanted to jump in on God Hand back in the day. And it's a shame. It's a damn shame. Maybe they'll put Gene in Street Fighter 6. We can dream. Number 2. Another real daring nail biter. This was tough. But number 2, we've got Outer Wilds. The game that everybody says, hey, you can't watch the stream. Get the fuck out of here. You have to go play it on your own. And then I played it on my own. And I totally understand what they mean by that. They are totally in the right. It's a game that's entirely about exploration. So if you've never seen it, you should definitely like enjoy it blind, because that's the whole point of the game, like exploring and seeing everything that the game has to offer. And I had such a genuine thrill of a time. There were plenty of times where I would just like meander around and, you know, I don't want to say waste time, but I would just like get stuck in my head and like just explore the same areas because I was like, for sure there has to be something here. I've only got so much time, so I need to really check the spot out. Holy moly. Thanks, Amazon. But Outer Wilds is just a really magical experience. And again, to harken back just a little while ago, I was talking about how Mario Eclipse gave me that feeling of exploration that I really, really value and appreciate. That's all Outer Wilds is. It's just exploration. Like I think about games that I've played, and I think about Metroid Prime. I've only played the first game. I really love the world that you're on there. I really love the planet you go to in Metroid Prime. I don't care about the combat at all. So that game would be made like 10 times better to me if it was just an exploration game. But Outer Wilds is all exploration. It's got a really good art direction too. All the planets look very distinct and interesting. The music, albeit it's very few and far between, but whenever a music sting does happen in that game, it's really, really beautiful. It's really magical. And it just makes you think so much. And there's so many aha moments that really just get the dopamine going. Again, it's a game that has to be enjoyed and played. And I'll get the DLC at some point, I'm sure. I still haven't touched the DLC. But I've been told the DLC is like just as good as the original game, which is insane to think about. It's insane to think that they were able to like capture that magic again. Dog shit version of this called Outer Wilds. God. And it's like, yeah, you like drive in a straight line and everything's hyper realistic, and there's a grunt enemy named Gragas, and he wants to shoot you with a gun, so you have to get behind cover and then shoot him when he stops shooting at you. Got him. Go play Outer Wilds, you'll have a wonderful time. I can promise you that. It got this high on my list, so that's gotta mean something to somebody. So before we get to number 1, Fire Mountain, you're literally the space girl. You're the one that should be playing this more than anybody. You're the one that should play Outer Wilds more than anybody. Your whole thing is being in space. Tee-hee. 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 Which we know is Umineko. Yeah. But before we get to number 1, I'll have to do my honorable mentions for the games that didn't quite make the cut but still had me thinking. This game sucks shit. This game's like really bad, but it's really fucking funny. There were so many times when I played this game that had me lose my mind. Like, I can't even explain it, dude. the driving physics, everything in the physics engine in Alone in the Dark is just baffling. It's insane. It has such tonal whiplash all the time. It doesn't know if it wants to be serious or a cartoon, so it just keeps hopping back and forth. I kept having glitches and like game-breaking bugs when I'd play this game. It's the dialogue. The dialogue is crazy. There's a bit where to solve a puzzle, there's a man whose hand you need to scan to open up a door, and he's like crushed under a giant rock, but his arm is like splayed out in just a way, and if you look over in the background, there's a fucking holy sword held up and like with lights drawn on it, so it's like giving you as many signs as you can about how to solve this most insane puzzle ever. Like, yeah, just get the sword and cut his fucking arm off. Duh. Stupid. Duh. The Carnby wounds where you have to heal like the 6 different body parts on you, where you just like spray stuff until his weird little meat wounds just close up, like on his tummy, on the back of his leg, on his shoulder, on his arm. His inventory is his literal jacket pockets, so he'll like look down and open his jacket, and that's like you going through your menus. It's insane. It's insane. What a video game. What a video game. It sucks, but I had such a good time with it. I hated playing it, but I loved it. Like I'll never play this game again, but I'm so glad that I did. Monster Hunter I. This was more or less like a remake of the original PS2 Monster Hunter for the mobile flip phones in Japan, and it's incredibly impressive. I was so jazzed by this game because it does like all the stuff that Monster Hunter does, but like since they can only do so much on a fucking flip phone, you would like walk around in the stages and you would get into an encounter like it was a random battle, and you could just like run away from it or whatever. You could do the egg quest, and you would just have to like dodge Rathalos and try to escape. It was so awesome. It was such an ambitious thing, and I was so genuinely stunned that it worked like at all, let alone working good. They did an incredible job with this little teeny tiny like flip phone port. That was a whole stream where I did like Capcom flip phone games. There was a Devil May Cry game that was pretty good. There was also a Devil May Cry game that was pretty bad. They had a bunch of neat stuff on there. Some of the Mega Mans showed up, like Mega Man Legend of the Five Isles. Lots of weird oddities and stuff, but Monster Hunter I just really captivated me in such a fascinating way. You know the channel stops skeletons from fighting? No. I don't know what that is. They cover a lot of ambitious things like ports and stuff. That's cool. That's fun. Should play that Five Islands someday. It's pretty fun. It's like you have to go into it with a certain headspace, like knowing you're gonna play a game that was made to be played on a phone, but it's surprisingly playable, all things considered. It's pretty fun. Like it's got quirks and stuff for sure, but given everything with that game, with its circumstances, I think it's pretty playable, and I like that. I like that. He used to be known as the Happy Video Game Critic. Awesome username. But it's great. And Monster Hunter's great. One day I'll play more Monster Hunter. I really, really like Monster Hunter 1. So playing this game on like a fucking flip phone device is just so crazy to me. And it's awesome. And it's awesome. The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Astute viewers may notice this is not a video game. This is in fact an animated feature film. Captain Cube and I watched this movie on his wonderful streaming channel. We started a movie viewing podcast of sorts on his channel where we've only done 2 streams of it. But the first one we did, we watched The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and that movie fucking like changed my life. It's so good and so stylish and so fantastic and so awesome. It's just a fun like joyride for however long it was, like an hour and a half, roughly, probably 80 minutes. Just non-stop fun. Every character is like out there having a great time, and I felt like I had so much fun with those streams that me and Cube did where we watched movies. I wanted to have something on there to sort of immortalize that for the year, because I really liked it. We also watched Casper. He is that violent, manipulative sex pest Casper. That fucking bastard Casper, who I hate. He's evil and villainous and doing everything he can to destroy the world around him. He's awful, Fire Mountain. He's awful. Have you seen the 1995 live-action Casper movie? He's so evil. Thank God he's dead. Yeah. No, he does some vile shit to get what he wants. It's quite heinous that they play it off as like... They play it off as like a cutesy little like, oh, he's adorable. The way he's like manipulating things so this man like brings his daughter into his house so that way they can meet and he can cover her with strange fluid. There is a girl, that's true. Casper, the overly friendly ghost, sex pest. That's how it happens. And the dad dies. The woman dies too. And they do the most dumbass bullshit thing ever that I saw coming from a mile away. Hi, Shinobu, thank you. Where, like, the girl, her mother's dead. All the ghosts in this world are fucking funny, scary, disgusting CGI monsters. Even the people that die in the film and become ghosts for a while. There's a whole plot point around that. But... they get to see the mom at the very end of the movie, and she's like a real woman. She's a real woman, even though all the other ghosts are like weird CG monsters. I thought that was really fucking stupid and dumb. They're like, she would look too scary if she was a ghost. The machine that makes you a ghost kills you. Other way around. Yeah, they die in the movie. The dad dies in the movie, so Casper gives up his chance of coming back to life to save her father and bring him back to life. The Ghoul brothers go and get him killed by accident, but also the evil villain lady steps out of her car and dies. She crashes her car on the edge of a cliff, and when she steps out of it, she just walks out off the cliff. I don't know what she was thinking. No. The woman villain is also a gross CG Casper monster, so I don't know why they made it so the girl's mom is still like a real human being and not a 3D CG character. It really bothered me, but I knew they were gonna do that. The Night is Short, Walk On Girl is a fantastic animated feature film from Masaaki Yuasa. Incredible genius mind, really fun film, and I really had a lot of fun doing those streams with Cube. I'm sure we'll do more sometime in the future. It's a great setup where, you know, because Big Daddy Twitch doesn't let you broadcast stuff like that on his website, right? So we would just like, we wouldn't have audio. The screen was like the teeniest, tiniest screen possible, but we would say like, hey, we're gonna watch these movies, so if you want to watch along, get them set up on your end so we can all watch together, right? That was the plan. That was the idea. Like The Orphans from Tekken? That's a strange movie. You spent significantly more of this segment talking about Casper than The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. That guy gets me like fired up with hatred, okay? I didn't like that movie very much, but it was funny watching it with Cube. I like watching movies with Cube. Run them through the GBA player and you'd be fine. No, Arugi. You can't, if you try to put a Game Boy video cartridge in the Game Boy video or the Game Boy player, it doesn't work. It says this is only designed to work for Game Boy Advance SP because they don't want you pirating their copies of the lowest bitrate movies ever. It's really funny. It's really funny. You've streamed the GBA video Sonic X-Kart? Nice. That's awesome. Did you have fun? But no, like if you try to run those cartridges on the GameCube's adapter, it just doesn't work. The game tells you it can't do it. They say you can only play this on the GBA SP, sorry. Very funny. You forgot about the Sonic X-Kart? Tragic. But it will work with homebrew software for the Game Boy player, Game Boy interface? Huh. Strange. I don't know how any of that stuff works. And a fake GBA video card your friend made of Sonic Xmas Blast. That's awesome. Fire Mountain, that's so cool. I do remember the Sonic CD, or the Sega CD port of the Sonic OVA. You've got good friends, Fire Mountain. Always remember that. Always keep them close to your heart, okay? I like the Sonic OVA. It's very good. I saw that in Japanese for the first time recently, and it was like, wow, this is cool. Not to say that the English dub isn't cool, but it's a very different vibe watching it in Japanese. I liked it. It was very fun and very cool to see all that Sakuga again. Strange, isn't it? There you go. You might know everything that I'm going to do, but that means I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it? Can you do the nice friends you got there, Davis? Oh, yeah. You can do it, Davis, and even if you can't, we'll still like you. Some nice friends you got there, Davis. And then he does the fucking Akuma, like, shadow step. Digimon's so awesome. I love Digimon. I heard the new Digimon game got over 1 million views, or 1 million sales. That's very good. That's huge for Digimon. They really deserve it. Can you do the one Doro post? About the cock-a-doodle-doo-wop-doo something? No. No, the cock-a-doodle-doo-wop-doo fun park. No, I can't. The one Doro post. Doro's classic post. Jeeple, can you make Agumon real? Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'll make it happen. I'll make generative AI Agumon. And that he's generating AI because he keeps saying, I'm hungry. Oh, I wish I had something to eat. Ty, I'm so hungry. That's all they do. All they do is say they're so hungry. They just want to eat all the time. It's really funny that in Japanese he's like, Taichi, Taichi. But then in the dub, they saw that they were like, we can't do this. I'm not clicking that mage. You can't make me. It's my day. And he's like, hey Ty, how's it going? Been a while, huh? Do you have anything I can eat? And Ty goes, sure, Agumon, I love you. Pats you on the belly, rubs your head. I love Dub Agumon. It's very funny that he has a heart-to-heart conversation with Black War Greymon, who is voiced by Steve Bloom, and he's just doing his Spike Spiegel cool guy Steve Bloom voice. So hearing him have like a heart-to-heart with a guy saying like, maybe you should try to be nice to your friends. Maybe you should hang out with them more often. And he's like, but why? I was made just to fight. I don't understand. It's so good. Digimon's awesome. For as much as we are sick of new dubs, I love them. I love the old dubs. Digimon Tamers' dub was like directed by Steve Bloom. He was the voice director for the whole English dub, and dare say it, they did a good job. Despite being a Saban show, they still did a very good job being convincing. Like, I also recently watched the Japanese dub of Tamers, and I was like, this is such a fascinating experience, like seeing it, because like the Saban version, the English version does like try to keep it serious still, surprisingly, but it's still like a huge different tonal shift when you watch the original Japanese version. The music in the original Japanese version is so cool and so good. There's so many good tracks in the soundtrack to Digimon Tamers. Big fan. This next one's my little caveat because I don't think I ever streamed this game, but I spent a lot of time on it. It's freaking peak. It's peak, gamers. I really, really like this game. It's such a fun game to like play with your friends, and like you just get lost on the mountain climb and stuff, and you get to have all sorts of fun little conversations with your pals. Like, the where are my peakers at? I liked Bing Bong more when he didn't talk, but it's fine. It's fine. Bing Bong's fine. Yeah, I have one time in particular when I played with a bunch of people. We had a mod, so you could like have more than 4 people in the party, which led to a lot of us getting like split up from each other often than not. So I feel like every part of the climb I ended up being bundled up with somebody different, and we just had like little conversations as we were climbing up higher and higher and higher, trying to get back together and meet up with everybody at the top. And it was just like a really special little moment when it's just like, you know, you're just playing a video game, right? But it's basically an excuse to hang out and chat with each other while you're working together to climb up the big mountain. And I really like it. Every update that they've done for the game, which have all been free, very cool. Remember when we all got killed by spiders and shit? Yeah, that was awesome. When we all jumped into the latest biome for the first time together. It was so scary. It felt so unbelievably like impossible to scale the mountain when they added the forest biome, but nah, it's all manageable. You can get it all done. But just seeing the game develop over the year, or not even years, the game isn't even a year old, but seeing it develop so much and having all the little memories of just like climbing up to the top and hanging out with everybody, it's a gem. It's a gem. This year was slated with a lot of people calling games like Friend Slop and stuff. A lot of games like that were coming out, popping up, these multiplayer simple objective games, but Peak I think really outstands that and outshines those, and is quite literally the peak of that sort of genre, because it's such like a low stakes thing where you're just like climbing up higher and higher, and you're just doing it with your friends. It's that simple, and it's great. It's wonderful. It's friend Peem, friend Ludo, friend Kino, friend Caviar. Hi Fong. Thank you. I like your Cinnamon Toast Crunch emote. Man, I could fuck up a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch right now. That shit's so good. How'd they make it so good? A lot of sugar, I think, but but it's really good. I liked it. I like Peak. I want to play more Peak. It's very fun. So yeah. Honorable mentions out of the way. We're back to number 1. G-Pool's 2025 Game of the Year. If you've watched my streams at all, I feel like this one is pretty apparent at this point. Pretty apparent, pretty obvious. So I'll just tear it off, if you can believe it. It was Final Fantasy VII. To be perfectly honest, I feel like had I not streamed it the way that I did, Outer Wilds would have probably been number one. But the way that I played this game, I spent 3 months of my life playing this game. Each week, I had a different guest come on and play with me and experience this wonderful, wild, wonderful RPG. And it was, I friend slopped FF7. I got real sloppy with FF7. It's true. That's how I live my life. The playlist ended. Hold on. I need another playlist. I need another music. Here we go. There we go. Oh, banger. Spider-Man 3 was last year. Come on. Come on. There were so many good moments. It really is one of those games that is as like touted. It deserves all the praise it gets because it's really, really good. Like there's so many things to it, and like going into it, I was about as like oblivious to Final Fantasy VII as you could be. I didn't realize Midgar was over so early in the game, because like that's all people ever talk about is Midgar and Sephiroth and how cool he is. Yeah, Jay Juggler, when Yuffie tricked me, I fell for like every single one of Yuffie's tricks because why would she lie to me? Why would she lie to me? The formative gender moments, the good old days. Yeah, it was 13 streams. So that was 3 months of playing this game every week. And I had a different friend come on, and then like for the finale for my birthday, I had everybody come on and just like celebrate and see that game to the end. Got a golden chocobo by feeding chocobos a lot of weeds. That was really cool. That was really fun. There's just so many moments in this game, so many character moments, so many plot points, so many incredible, beautiful pre-rendered graphics in there. The combat's fun, the story's great, the music's great. It's just like, again, it's one of those games that is as good as people say it is, like Chrono Trigger, like Mario 3. It's just a fantastic experience, cover to cover, all the way through. Very, very much deserving of being like the staple RPG for a lot of people. And again, like playing it the way that I did, having different friends on, getting to like see all their takes on the game, see like how they enjoyed certain parts of the game, and like getting to share my own sort of like my blind reactions with people as I was diving through that stuff. It was really fun. It was really a wonderful, memorable time. So I could not pick this one for number one. Like, again, if I just played this game like single on my own, I feel like I wouldn't have had as much passion towards it, and it probably wouldn't have been my number one game of the year. But I had all the people with me, and I had all the things that just like kept me going and keep me truly fascinated and interested and tied to this game. So for 2025, this is definitely like the best thing that I've played. It's the most memorable, impactful experience I've had with a video game this year, which is really saying something, because Solano Robo made me fucking cry, and I hate that. You're the idiot who wants to play the games in order, so you still have to finish like 5 games before 7. Yeah. Final Fantasy seems to be a good series. I'm generally the same way, but Final Fantasy is the kind of series where like each iteration is so different from each other. You really can just like jump into it. Like Dragon Quest looks the same way, where like I like to play the first one and then I'll kind of go from there. Yeah, each sequel is its own series. I want to play 10. I really think Wakka's funny. he's a fucking like country bumpkin, and he loves playing with his ball. But also the monsters are cool and the music's good and there's cool stuff in there. Hey Hexagon Witch, thank you. Hi Cronus. Dragon's Dog Kodogma. Orin. Orin's very cool. See, I've watched so many, like, mad videos of Final Fantasy X. I don't know anything about the plot of that game other than, like, the fleeting memories I have from childhood when my brother was playing it. He never beat it. But I've seen a lot of videos where, like, mad, like, music videos with Waka and the whole crew. They think... The Japanese community thinks it's so funny that Waka is the 53rd most popular character of all time, and I'm right there with them. I think it's hilarious. They keep praising him like he's like number one, even though he's 53. FF1 is awesome. Like almost half the spells just do not work in FF1, but I beat that game thanks to Zoe Teki, darling sweet Cyber Oni VTuber. There's a wide world of Final Fantasy out there. I don't know which one I would play next. It's basically a toss-up between 9 and 10, I feel. But I don't know. RPGs are a big commitment, and again, we just started Disgaea, so there's that we got that covered for a little while, I think. 9 is my love, but 10 seems more your pace. I think 9 has an incredibly gorgeous art style. What if you played 9 or 10? What if? 53 is Gomi, which can be read Really? 53 is Gomi? That's so funny. Or Gomu? God. Play Phantasy Star 1 for the Sega Master System. Maybe. Phantasy Star looks hard. Phantasy Star looks hard and confusing. I don't know how you managed to beat that game, Fire Mountain. I guess because you're good at RPGs. I did know about that narrator. Co-op Final Fantasy IX. I think Final Fantasy VI also has a co-op mode. One of them does, right? Some other Final Fantasy game has like a funny 2-player mode. Phantasy Star has a girl and a cat. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. Your first was 7, so it has a special place in your heart, but your fave has always been 9. Nice. I do want to play Final Fantasy 15. I really like the idea of making an RPG out of 4 dudes on a road trip. It looks insane. The characters look awesome. The fighting engine seems pretty fun. Some people really like 15, I know. There are big Prompto heads out there. There are big Ignis fans out there. 15. It looks awesome. I know Tristy really liked 15. I haven't heard a single person talk about 16. That game, like, really came and went. Was 16 good? Was 16 good? Because it seemed like it just disappeared. I really like Cindy the mechanic. She was very cute. Apparently, 16 was no good. 16 was real fun. It's kind of a mess. You know, streamers who like 16. So it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag then. That's okay. It was interesting because it was like a PlayStation 5 exclusive for a while, but now it's on PC. Because like everything that was a PlayStation exclusive comes to PC eventually, except for Bloodborne's and Dreams. That's it though. If you love and focus most on hot men and everyone else says it's cringe. Wasn't that what Strangers of Paradise is? Strangers of Paradise is nothing but like cringe and over the top stuff, but the men are hot and it's really funny. I do want to play Stranger of Paradise because it looks really funny. It looks really insane. It's good and pure. Oh, it's a different kind of cringe. It's not the cringe that's fun. It's the cringe that's sexist, probably. Seems like they try to make Final Fantasy for people who don't like Final Fantasy. They made Skyrim? Oh, 14 writers. I often forget that 14 has a story because I've never played it. It's the MMO, but it's like they do so many tie-ins and stuff. There are so many tie-ins to the other games, so it's like it's hard to remember that there's an actual like meat to that one. Has a good story, actually? Really? Interesting. To Kingdom Hearts 2005 edgy cringy. Oh. See, now you're speaking my language. I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is unbelievably awesome. The primary of gameplay of 14 is actually reading a fucking book. That's what it seems like. Final Fantasy XI seems fascinating to me. I'm kind of terrified of that game, but it seems fascinating. In fact, I'll put that on my Bisky suggestion thingy. Wow. Stranger of Paradise. That game's like fully co-op too, isn't it? Like you can play with your buddies somehow. 14 apparently is phenomenal in story. It's just 2 billion hours long because MMO. Oh. Yeah, like Hunter x Hunter. Everyone thinks they'll enjoy Stranger of Paradise because funny haha and end up genuinely liking it. Well, that's general. A lot of the stuff that I like is funny, haha. God Hand made the list. Game is a lot easier if you play it co-op, but if you don't care for the challenge, then it's a fun way to experience it. Interesting. It's really funny that it's like a prequel to Final Fantasy 1. It's a prequel to that game, which has like no story. The absolute most bare bones of a story. But that being said, Final Fantasy 1's story is surprisingly impactful. I guess because it's so limited. When you find out about things and you like learn the teeny tiny tidbits that are there, you're like, holy shit. Oh my god. We did that? That's incredible. Sop is well written. People decided it was bad from the first trailer, but everyone who follows up loves it. I never thought it was bad. I don't think it's a bad game. Like, even though I haven't played it, I can tell it's a game that I'll enjoy. It's a game that I think would be awesome, but it's really quite good how over the top everything is. Final Fantasy 1 has lore. The story is you kill a guy and then you kill 4 guys and then you kill the first guy again. Yeah, but there's like the cool thing. There's like the cool thing where you like go up into space in Final Fantasy 1 and you see like how like the technology of the past has like been triangulated to the center of the planet or whatever, and like perfectly in between all of the 4 palaces, and you're like, wait, that's the first place we went to. What the hell? Yeah, Tiamat is the sci-fi castle. I think it's really, because I didn't expect there to be like the robot stuff in Final Fantasy 1. I thought it was all like classic Renaissance medieval fantasy. So having that stuff as early as the first game was really surprising to me, and it made me really happy. Because I think that's what Final Fantasy is so interesting to me. If a game is like purely like medieval fantasy, I generally lose a lot of interest in it. But Final Fantasy has sauce. Final Fantasy has magic to it. There's a spark with Final Fantasy. But like Kingdom Come Deliverance or whatever, I'm just like, whatever, dude. Go say we and thou and like art thou coming to have a pint with I, thou'st. Like, fuck off. Grow up. Grow up. But no, that stuff kind of like bores me because it all sort of runs the same in my brain. So I'm glad that Final Fantasy has that edge of being like, that shit the Monumental and Demon Souls says. Yeah, that kid's gotta grow up. It's all kind of magic. What do you think the black and white and red mages are doing? Good one. Hi, Wordito. Welcome in. I fucking love the guy in Demon Souls who's in the Tower of Latria. Like, no matter how far away he is from you hear him go, "Please, help me." And then you go up to him and he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Would you mind helping me out of this place? That'd be really cool of you." It's awesome. Demon Souls is cool. I like that game has like fucking Mega Man ass stage select to it. It's really funny. I should play more of it. I need to make a Rugi Blues play it with me. That game's fun. That game's cool. Video games is cool. Dun, 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 dun. Demon Souls. Yeah, I kind of like. I was never like super into the Dark Souls games, but I got into Demon Souls when that Funny Fish Rugi Blues like made me open my eyes to the fact that these are in fact multiplayer games. Because you know you hear that Dark Souls is like it's the super hard, it's the gamer game where you have to be a gamer and you have to lock in and be a gamer, which made me always think like, oh well, then I gotta do this solo. I can't be calling in for help with partners or whatever. But playing Demon Souls with a friend is really, really fun. I would like to play that more. It's very good. Untrue, if I can't beat anyone, if I can beat it, anyone can. Well, sure, but I just mean like I had the wrong impression of Dark Souls, because I was led to believe that it's like you gotta do it on your own, you gotta be big and strong. But playing it multiplayer is so much more fun, so much more interesting to me. It's also more of a puzzle game than the later games. That's also true. I really like Demon Souls more than any of the Dark Souls games. Those people don't know how to have fun. That's true. You gotta do it on your own if you don't have PlayStation Plus. Yeah. See, I think that was the thing. Like, I first played Dark Souls back in like high school. I was at a friend's house and he like put the controller in my hand and said, "Knock yourself out." And I remember I don't think I beat the gargoyles, but I got to the gargoyles in a single sitting, and I was like, okay, all right. But I like how Demon Souls is structured. Again, it's got like the stage select system. It's very much like start here, find your way around, do the thing, fight the boss, and I like that. I like that it's very simple like that. Oh yeah, that's my Bloodborne story. Like, when Bloodborne first came out, my friend got it day one, and we all like sat around and like played it, haha, hee hee, whatever. And then, you know, we all go home, days passed, I go to visit him again. I don't play Souls games, but I was sitting there watching him fight Rom the Vacuous Spider again and again and again, and I got so upset watching him just get killed by little spiders and stuff. I made him give me the controller, and then I beat Rom the Vacuous Spider the first try, and then I gave him the controller back because I knew if I got killed by a grunt enemy or something, then I would not look cool anymore, so I refused to play the game. You might have the Bloodborne gene. Oh, I do not. I tried to play that game on stream like 2 years ago. It was just a single stream. I think I beat the Blood-Starved Beast, and that was it, but it took a long time to get there. I was getting really frustrated. Rom the Vacuous Spider. Rom the Vacuous Spider. It's like the Full Metal Alchemist intro, but for Rom the Vacuous Spider. Everything after is treated like an action game that you just happens to have numbers. Interesting. Dark Souls 3 pissed me off too. I didn't really like most of the worlds in that game, and again, I was playing it solo, so I would just like bash my head at the wall, and I stopped having fun with it at some point. There were so many caverns in that game. I didn't like it, and the swamps that kill you when you walk into it. There are people that love 3. 3 has a lot of fans, but I tried for a long time to play it and I just couldn't get into it. I tried. I got pretty far. I got to like the Boreal Valley. So I got pretty far into it. But then I just got mad and I didn't want to play anymore. You like the levels in 3? That's wonderful. I did like the skeleton boss. The skeleton boss was like the thing that made me like, okay, maybe all this was worth it. But then we did that, and then I went to the Boreal Valley. I got killed a bunch, and then I like found my way back into a different cavern, and I was like, fuck this, dude, I'm out of here. Hi Felly, thank you. All you remember about 3 is that it's yellow. I guess on the cover it's kind of yellow. I like Night Rain. I played Night Rain quite a bit this year too, even though I've never played Elden Ring. But I got Night Rain so I could play with friends, and shocker, playing video games with your friends is fun. It's fun. Play Sekiro? Should I? Is Sekiro badass? There are so many like samurai action games that keep coming out in this past decade. There were like 3 of them at like the Game Awards this year. There were like 3 of them that got trailers just yesterday. Sekiro was kind of badass, but you couldn't beat it yourself. I've seen like gameplay of it. It looks fascinating. There's just so many samurai games, and it's kind of like making me not interested in any of them. Like Ghosts of Tsushima, Ghosts of Yotei, Nioh 3, Phantom Blade, Onimusha. There's so many games coming out or have just recently come out. We have not done Onimusha for the Conquest yet. The Onimusha gamer would like strike me down. But in Sekiro, you're a ninja. I know he's got a grappling arm. He's got a wacky grappling arm. Tsushima, it's the Sucker Punch devs. They did Infamous and Sly Cooper, so it's gotta be good. It's basically a better Ubisoft game, so you don't know if I would vibe with it. Sly Cooper's pretty cool. And Rocket Robot on Wheels. Hello, Tenshi, thank you. Thank you. I'm sure Sekiro is, like, good. It won Game of the Year, and we all know how important that is. We all know how important Game of the Year is. Final Fantasy VII is the Game of the Year. Yeah! FF7 won Game of the Year, that's right. FF7 won. It was a big sweep. Nobody saw it coming. Obscure who? Yeah, RPG of the modern age, everybody. I have a friend who really likes Claire Obscure Expedition 33. He was really into it. I think he just beat it yesterday. But he kept singing its praises over and over, saying it's like the Chrono Trigger of the modern age, which is a crazy big like comparison. I'm sick of games where guys look real. I don't want the guys to look real, okay? I'm so like uninterested in Clair Obscur just because the way it looks. The gameplay looks interesting. The gameplay looks fascinating and snappy, and the whole like parry system was ridiculous. But I hate looking at it. It's because the game is French. That makes sense. You want me to look real? Why? I don't want to be a cam tuber. Oh, the G stands for games, and the pool stands for awards. You figured it out. You found out my trick. I'm Jeff Keighley. I take my mask off. I unveil my Jeff Keighley PNG tuber. Rayman is French and that guy doesn't look real. That's true. That is true. Rayman is French. Is he? What's the fucking... What's the fucking, Lomax? Lomax, the Lemmings guy? What about him? He's French, right? I'm pretty sure Lomax is French. If I found out I was friends with Jeff Keighley, I would have to reevaluate a lot of things about my life. Don't worry. Don't you worry, Fire Mountain. I would never hurt you like that. I could never hurt you like that, Fire Mountain. Those are my games of the year. It was a very fulfilling year for video games. I played a lot of things that really opened my eyes and made me happy. It was cool. It was good.